For instance, the first time the concept of the church was mentioned was in the book of Matthew chapter 16. And they were moving from east to west in the nation of Israel. And for as long as the journey lasted, Jesus was mute. And the reason why Jesus was mute was because he was burdened. There was something in his heart, but he was mute about what was in his heart. When they came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, then Jesus began to administer a questionnaire. And he said, "Who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" This is the same Jesus that was not concerned about how people felt about him. He was so infused, overtaken by his mission. He was so conscious of his assignment that there were opportunities he had not to fulfill his assignment, and he refused to take those opportunities. For instance, before Pilate, Jesus would have been set free. In fact, the Bible recorded that it was Pilate's intention to set Jesus free. But any time he was going to be set free, he would make a statement that would make it impossible for him to be set free. I saw there were various points where Jesus would have been freed. Various points in the presentation. And just when freedom will be granted, just before freedom will be granted him, then he now makes a strange statement that unbalances the entire system. Hey, the reason was because he knew exactly the reason why he was on ground. So my question is, what was it that motivated him to begin to administer a questionnaire? Because he wanted to know about what people felt about him. So what changed? So that's one of the scriptures I had to go to God to inquire of him. What happened here? Why is Jesus asking what people felt about him? What people were saying about him? So this was the response I got. Early that morning when Jesus communicated with his father, the father revealed to him that he has disclosed his identity to somebody. And Jesus said, "Okay, don't tell me. I'll go and find out who he is." So he came out of that prayer. He began by administering the questionnaire. Then he discovered that the answer to the question was not in the multitude. So he recalibrated the scope of the administration of his questionnaire. And he said, "What? Who do you say that I am?" As basic as that question was, only one person could answer it. And I want to believe that Peter did not jump to answer. Peter waited first. He was not sure. Maybe there were other people that could speak. And then there was silence. So he said, "Let me try." He said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." That great confession of Peter revealed two things. It revealed Jesus' office and Jesus' person, who he was and the office he was designed to operate from. Are you following me? It was after that revelation came that Jesus had liberty to share the things that were locked up in his heart, the thing for which he was silent all along during the trip. He needed a trigger that will push him to speak, that will push him to unveil what was in his heart. And the trigger was that that person who received a revelation about him will need to disclose who he really is. Are you there? Because without the revelation of Jesus, the church cannot be revealed. So Jesus had to be revealed in the context of his office and his person before the revelation of the church can find expression. It was after that time we realized that what he was pregnant with, for which he was silent, was about the church. He says, "Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this unto you, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say unto you that thou art Peter. And upon this rock I will build my church." Now stay with me. In fact, Peter himself, before this time he was called Simon. It was the revelation of Jesus that gave him his own personal revelation within the framework of that which God is building. Are you there? He said, upon this rock, Peter the stone, but upon this rock. And the rock he was talking about was the revelation of Jesus. Because the duty of the church is to bear witness to Christ. The church is going to be built by the revelation of Jesus Christ. And if the church is built by the revelation of Jesus Christ, the consequence is that the gates of Hades shall not prevail against her. It doesn't matter what a generation will throw at this church. If this church is feeding from the revelation of Jesus, nothing of this world or of the kingdom of darkness will be able to prevail against her. She will be like a rock, ancient and strong. Seasons and changes in time and sociology will not be able to affect her essence. Are you with me? And so that's the first time the issue of the church was mentioned. Are you there? The metaphor that was used to reveal the church was a building. A building in which Christ is the foundation, and Christ must be the raw material that is used to construct this edifice as a dwelling place of God in the spirit upon the face of the earth. It means the church is supposed to be that instrument that has the capacity to trap the dimensions of God and administer it upon the face of the earth.